What is up? This is your LA in a minute. One of the most important architects in Los Angeles and world history has passed away. Frank Gehry, who reshaped LA's skyline and redefined its architecture, not only brought worldwide renown to Los Angeles, but he helped burnish LA's reputation as a global design capital. Let's get into it. Frank Owen Gehry, the Canadian-born architect who gave Los Angeles the gleaming icon on Grand Avenue, the Walt Disney Concert Hall, passed away at 96 years old. Born Frank Owen Goldberg in Toronto in 1929, he grew up tinkering in his grandfather's hardware store where piles of springs and gears fascinated him. That curiosity, as he said, to open things up would stay with him for life. And in 1947, he moved with his family to Los Angeles, at the time a dusty and chaotic frontier city that struck him as free, raw, and full of energy. He became a U.S. citizen in 1951 and earned his architecture degree at USC. After studying at Harvard but returning to Los Angeles, in 1954, he changed his last name from Goldberg to Gehry, a decision that was shaped by the era's lingering anti-Semitism. In the 60s and 70s, Gehry's design began turning heads. His early projects, like a light-filled studio for graphic designer Lou Danziger on Melrose, blended modernism with the improvisational spirit of Los Angeles. Later that decade, he transformed his own small Santa Monica home into a collage of chain link, glass, and metal, part sculpture, part rebellion. It was scrappy and poetic, like the city itself. At this point, Gehry was firmly on the map as a renowned LA architect, and commissions followed, including buildings for Loyola Law School, conversions of old warehouses into galleries, and collaborations with artists like Ed Ruscha and David Hockney. But it was his restless imagination, the bent forms and flowing shapes that truly set him apart. No better exemplified than the Guggenheim Museum, which was unveiled in 1997 in Bilbao, a once industrial Spanish city. Clad in swirling titanium, the building seemed to float beside the Nervión River. Critics called it the miracle in Bilbao. And it didn't just revive that city, it reignited architecture itself. The so-called Bilbao effect turned Gehry into the world's most famous living architect. Then, of course, came the Walt Disney Concert Hall in downtown Los Angeles. With billowing steel sails and perfect acoustics, Disney Hall was more than a landmark. It was Gehry's love letter to his adopted city. It made the Philharmonic a cultural force and gave LA a heart in reflective, rippling silver. Even through his later years, Gehry kept experimenting from Paris to Berlin to the Youth Orchestra Center in Inglewood. His buildings continue to balance spectacle and humanity, each one sculptural, yet attuned to light, scale, and emotion. Frank Gehry was a visionary and a craftsman who said he learned from LA's freedom and unpredictability. And in return, he gave the city shape, motion, and music as the greatest architect in modern times. All right, LA, it's been a minute.